Peace and good evening. As always, I'm your file player, and I'd like to welcome you back into the file playland. Wanted to make a short, off the normal topics that I discussed video regarding President Trump's comments, which I just been made privy to today, but apparently they were made in 2015. And Trump's comments were regarding the prince, or one of the princes of the UK, Prince Andrew, um, in reference to Epstein's island, or as many of you may know it as Epstein Island now. If you don't know about who Epstein was, Jeffrey Epstein, he was arrested for running underage minors for illicit means, for prostitute, namely for having sex with people. Um, while incarcerated for these crimes, I believe he was incarcerated in Manhattan Detention Center in Center Street here in New York City. He committed suicide under mysterious circumstances. Um, in the They've now arrested his girlfriend in the past couple of weeks, Ghislaine Maxwell, um, which I think it came out today or yesterday that she was going to plead not guilty, which should be fun. But I'm more making this video regarding Trump's comments. Trump was asked about his Epstein in 2015 when this story had like literally no traction. I knew who Epstein was back then, um, and about the rumors that were being talked about him. And it's not because I had insight to it, it's because I read. But they're from the same hood, if you will, in that Trump has his you know one of his residences in Mar-a-Lago, which is in West Palm Beach, as does Jeffrey Epstein. But Jeffrey Epstein referred to, I mean, Donald Trump referred to Jeffrey Epstein's island as a cesspool, which is pretty funny. And he also said that they should ask Prince Andrew about it. And if a lot of you ain't privy to this information, Prince Andrew is one of the biggest people that's been associated with having ties to Epstein Island. Um, but it's good to see a politician like who's holding the highest office in the land, willingly put somebody of influence who supposedly has ties to many of the rich and powerful. Um, it's funny and good to see that he's willing to not play politics with people. And I think the when he did this in 2015, he was doing it more because he was throwing shots at Hillary Clinton, who was then running for president, or considering running for president. I think he probably knew that he was going to contend with her if it wasn't clearly stated at that time, or that it was probably his biggest opposition, which he eventually went on to win the 2016 election and become the 45th president. But I don't vote. I haven't voted since I was 18. I'm not gonna vote unless something really enticing is presented to me. But it is refreshing to see a president go after people, um, and not hold his tongue. Say what you will about Donald Trump. I mean, he's you know he doesn't think like a politician. He's not coy. He's not playing for the long game. A lot of times, he like I appreciate that. And it makes things more enticing, man. Politics is boring most times, and to have a politician who's beast mode like that. I mean, it's refreshing at times and entertaining, if anything. I mean, and I even though although I don't vote, but I always keep in tune with the happenings of in the political circles. Like not political circles, like political news and whatnot. Sometimes it just gets too boring, and like or like you could tell that they're trying to drive a an agenda in a certain direction, whether it be right wing publications or left wing publications. Sometimes they'll group up to try to push an agenda a certain way, um, on both sides of the fence. So I mean, I can't, I don't really listen to the news and whatnot. I just peek my head in when I see something that's interesting with the politics. Um, do I think like a lot of people like that? Even though I'm of Latin background, my brother. I mean, even though he's Puerto Rican, you consider him black. My grandfather, even though he's Puerto Rican, you consider him black. I have a lot of family on my mother's side who, even though they're Puerto Rican, you consider them black. And if you saw them, like, you think they were black dudes or black women. But having said all that, like, I don't get too entangled or um, I'm not like really struck like with what a lot of President Trump says, because it seems like it's off the cuff. I say a lot of stuff off the cuff that you may not like, but I like the fact that he talks off the cuff. Like, am I gonna vote for him? No, I'm staying at home. I'm gonna there's probably football on during that time, or if they give me the day off, I'll chill with my son and paint the house or something. But you know, do I like seeing this? Yeah, and I mean, like, there's a lot of stuff that our the president has done that on the low. I mean, people I mean, like, that kind of like flow with like with things that I like, and I mean, like, it seems like a lot of these people that mess around with kids have been being locked up a lot more, like, seemingly, since he's been in power, which, I'm with it, man. Like, people like that are the scum of the earth. Like, lock them all up. But let me know what you guys think, man. Am I hypersensitive to Trump like a lot of people are? Not one bit. I'm more offended by people that try to get one over me than the people that tell me what's up, like, in my face. And I always use this as an example. Like, in the military, you have people that are cool with you that are all walks of life. They, like, I mean, like, they were 5% Muslims in the military that were cool with white guys. They were white guys that were racist, that their best friend was black, and they'd be like, oh, only my black friend was like, he's the one good black guy in the world. And that had mad love for each other. There's all, Chinese dudes, and I would like, I only hung out with Dominican cats before I went to the military, and black dudes. All of a sudden, you're in the mix with everybody, and it's not like if you get into an argument, you go walk away from them and, like, not deal with them. You got to deal with them the following day, like, so, like, that's the realest time to get your views out. And people would insult each other, like, till the cows come home. There were Israelites in the military, black Israelites, Nation of Gods, like, in the military. There were a lot of them too. Like, it wasn't like, there were gangsters. There was the goth dudes. So I mean, like, and it was, those discussions were like, the funniest shit you would ever hear in your life. Like, I mean, like, and nobody would get like overly if a little skirmish broke out, again, you had to, like, meet up with the same person, at most a week or 2 weeks from the time you, like, ended up fighting, and you're gonna be doing something together no matter what. So I mean, like, that's when, like, the truest feelings come out. And a lot of the people that were extreme, like, whatever way, like, in the military, like, I'm cool with them now. I'm cool with mad people from the military when I was young. And I mean, like, seemingly they're not like that. Like, they're not like, what you make, like, a lot of people, like, if you put, like, something that's pro Trump, they may consider you, like, racist or, like, to the right. I mean, like, even though I talk to them, but, like, they also don't post stuff like a lot of people do, like, swinging, like, their politics, whether left or right, either direction. Like, they don't really care. Like, I mean, like, and I think it's, like, because a lot of those people, like, that had the opportunity to go into the military got all that stuff off their chest. I don't know if it's like that now. I'm a relic, and I was in the military, long time ago. But it's the best way to talk about things that make you uncomfortable. But it is what it is, man. Like, let me know what you guys think. With that, I'm out. Peace.